Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley and my beautiful bride,
Dee.
and we want to welcome you to the Jolley Marriage Show. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. We've been married for going on 40 years, haven't had an argument in over 38 years, and we are grateful to be able to share some ideas with you, wherever you may be, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the YouTube channel on the replay, wherever you are in this process. We are grateful and we are just glad you are here. So welcome, wherever you may be joining from. We are excited about the response from our marriage or relationship masterclass that we did on Saturday. Friday was Valentine's Day. So we decided to do an extension of Valentine's weekend by doing a masterclass. So many of you have asked us, hey, can we get some more information from you? Can we have more time with you? We love your half hour on Monday night, but we need more time. We need a deeper dive. And so on Saturday morning, we did a relationship masterclass, and it was 2 hours, and it was a deep dive. And the responses have been incredible. People said one of the best marriage relationship seminars they've ever attended. So we're grateful. We're going to, in fact, take up from where we were on Saturday morning with one of the topics that was so informational and impactful. What were you going to say?
Impactful.
Yeah, it was great impact. And it was a part of the seminar where my bride led it. And this was a place where she really did some amazing work. So I said, let's do more of that, because so many people really checked into that and wrote us letters and notes and emails and text messages about, wow, that was so profound and powerful. So that is why we're here today, to do a little bit about is your spouse's temperament, not their character or their personality,
or your own,
your temperament.
So really,
it's temperament, whether it's yours or your spouse or your partner. Their temperament, which is hardwired, is that not their thinking, not their character, not their personality. That's what's sabotaging your relationship.
So there are 3 parts to who you are.
Okay. 3 parts.
Just a review. 3 parts to who we are.
Okay.
In terms of the terminology, our temperament, our character, and our personality.
Okay. Break them out for me.
Okay. So temperament is how you are hardwired, how you popped out. You say, well, what does that mean? How you popped out? We are the result. Each person is the result of 2 parents and 2 sets of grandparents. That's what the research shows.
So what? Stop. They're the creation. Each person is the creation.
Gene pool.
Okay, that's because some people don't know their grandparents.
Okay.
All right, but they're still from that gene pool.
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make clarity here.
Yeah.
Clarity. Okay.
So when you talk about, well, you're naturally left-handed. You know, we write with our right hand, but there are some people who are left-handed. And I don't care what you do to try to make them right-handed. They are left-handed.
Well, back in the past, they would take a ruler and try and make left-handed people make right with their right hands because they thought it was an abnormality. And rather than it's how they are hardwired. And they try and make them right with their right hand, which
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, or it wasn't the way it should have worked. They might have tried, but they're always going to be hardwired left hand.
So you have your temperament, which is what you are born with. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Like the color of your eyes.
Okay.
how you walk.
Mm.
That's what you're born with. That's part of your gene pool.
Mm.
Then you have your character, which is made up of your environment. And your character then, okay, so now you're growing up and your character is how you behave when nobody else is around.
And
Would
some
you
of that is
steal?
taught.
Mhm.
Most of that is taught. Like a guy who I met years ago who thought it was not only okay, but it was supposed to be that he would have more than one, he would have a chick on the side. Because his father had a chick on the side. His uncles had it. They called the men's code.
Okay.
Okay. And they thought it was, hey, that's par for the course. Everybody does
Okay.
it in their city.
So then
That was character. It didn't see it as an issue, where we see it as a problem.
So the character then is your behavior
Okay.
when nobody else is watching.
Hmm.
Whether you're honest or dishonest. Would you steal if there was nobody at the register when you came up to check out your items?
Hmm.
Or would you look for the attendant to say, okay, I'm ready to check out. Here's my money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your character is just who are you when nobody else is around? How are you gonna behave?
Okay.
And then lastly, which is what most people talk about, is their personality. And the personality is really the covering, the show that you put on for the rest of the world to see.
Mm.
So we've got our temperament, that we're born with, that's the gene pool. We've got our character. Who am I really? What am I doing when nobody else is watching? And then we have our personality.
Mm.
It's kind of like the cloak that you put on, and what do you need to present to the world?
Okay.
So that's really what we delved into with our master relationship class, which then says, once we know those things about us, then we can figure out how to interact with other people. Because if we really don't know who we are, we're totally jacked up. And that's why we don't know how to interact with other people, because we're really not clear as to who we are.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll go back to, you were excited about the temperament piece. There are 4 basic temperaments. And before I get to that, the temperament affects how we communicate with other people. But most people, as I talked about, are really focused on the love languages because it's easy.
Right.
Okay. And when I say the love languages is what Gary Chapman came up with from his counseling. So Gary Chapman, who wrote The 5 Love Languages, he's still alive, is a minister.
Yes.
He's a Baptist minister. Mm-hmm. And because he did extensive counseling, from his observations, he came up with, people kind of fall into these categories. And when they have their arguments, they're arguing about these kinds of things because you don't understand me. Mm. And as a result of, you don't understand me because I like this, you like that, the 5 love languages developed.
Okay.
And his book was written in 1992. So quickly, the 5 love languages, in case there's somebody who doesn't get it. Okay, words of affirmation. Kind, thoughtful words. For women, I think words more than anything else before you can get to, the sex part. Affirmations, kindness, thoughtfulness. The words are the triggers intellectually. For the females, I think much more so than for the men, or that's what the research shows. So you've got words of affirmation, you've got quality time. Spend some time with me. Mm-hmm.
Which is your thing.
Which is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into, gifts. Some people, and we have friends who buy me stuff. I got to have some roses for Valentine's Day. I got to have the chocolate that I don't need that'll make me gain weight. I know. So you've got words of affirmation. You've got quality time. You've got gifts. You've got acts of service.
Right.
You took out the trash, and I didn't ask you.
You didn't have to ask me.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. And you've got physical touch. Some people like to be rubbed on, like to be held close.
I like physical touch.
So
I like real close touch. I like intimate physical touch.
Okay. So what most people think about when you're dealing with relationships are the 5 love
Let's
languages,
see.
right?
Karen said hello, good evening.
Hi.
Janice Litfin says, my husband Joe likes flowers anytime. All right now.
That's
Okay.
nice. See,
To know your love language. Know the
and
love
then give them
language.
the flowers.
Give them the flowers.
So they can, why they can still.
Why they can smell them.
Amen.
I like sex.
Mhm. So Gary Chapman helped to make that popular with his book
Okay, go ahead.
in 1992. But before that, with Hippocrates, that was like before thousands of years ago.
Yes.
They discovered the temperament, how you popped out, how your gene pool affects you, and there are 4 things that determine 4 categories for your temperament.
Okay.
And we actually had slides. And
Oh,
stuff.
you didn't stop. You didn't finish the love languages. Yep.
I did.
No, you didn't. You said words of affirmation,
Quality time,
gifts,
acts of service, and physical touching. That's
Oh.
5.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You got carried away when I said physical touching.
Yeah, I got my head.
Okay.
Woo.
But before that, so that's kind of like a carrot.
Okay, and on top of that, or beyond that, is Hippocrates.
Before
Chapman.
thousands of years,
Yeah.
right?
Chapman.
There was Hippocrates,
Yeah.
who is considered the father of medicine. He was the one that did the research initially about the temperament and how we pop out. And there's certain characteristics that go with that. Okay.
Mhm.
So first it was more like the bowel and the blood, but anyway, but all of that, there are 4 basic categories
Of temperaments.
Yes.
What are they?
So one is the sanguine.
Okay.
Do you have a sense as to what that is?
What's the sanguine?
I'm asking you.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the sanguine.
And what does that mean?
Woo! An extrovert. I'm all the way live all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Life of the party.
Yay.
Optimistic.
Jim Carrey.
Do you see yourself with that? So first we're saying, let's look at, does any of that look like me?
Yeah.
Right?
Gladys says, excellent research, Dee.
Oh, thank you. I actually taught that in a Bible class, so I had to do a deeper dive. So it was really very interesting. So life of the party.
I'm a sanguine or an extrovert. And trying to change me won't work.
But that gets to, once we really understand that, then we know we cannot change somebody. We can modify our own behavior,
Mm-hmm.
which will allow us to deal with you to jump off out the planes and stuff. But we cannot change somebody else.
You cannot change that behavior.
No.
Or that temperament, because it's hardwired.
Right.
Just
But
like your left hand, you write with your left hand. Hardwired.
But we can modify some things. So
and then we're all a little bit of, we're not one pure.
No.
Okay. But I'm more sanguine than anything else.
So we're looking at the dominant, and sanguine is an S-A-N, S-A-N, how do you spell it? What is it? S-A-N-G-U-I-N-E, sanguine.
Extrovert me.
And it is the person, this is what I remember, who thinks and talks at the same time. So Willie, being in the speaking and writing profession, that is perfect for him. So when he's told he's going on stage, he thought he had 30 minutes and now he's got 15. He has adjusted this stuff in his head. That is naturally who he is. And think and talk at the same time. Sanguine, S-A-N-G.
By the way, you look mighty cute tonight.
G-U-I-N-E. Okay. The next one is choleric. C-H-O-L-E-R-I-C.
Yes. And what does that mean?
That's more of the leader.
Assertive, hard driver.
Goal focused. And you think about that in terms of
goal focused.
Goal focused. But I write my goals the night before.
I make them up as I go. No, I really don't know. I got my goals written out, but I don't do them always the night before. The next day's goals. But I have my goals written as to 1 year. Okay. Yes. But D is a caloric.
hard driving,
Steve Jobs was a caloric.
goal focused. So was Margaret Thatcher.
Okay,
Okay.
very, and she's an introvert.
And disciplined. So you think, well, who do I know who's like that? Now I manage it because I'm with you.
Right.
So I had to realize
I make it up on the fly.
that I can't control you. So
What's the plan, Willie? I'll let you know in a few minutes. Cause we're gonna start now.
I have to adjust because I know who I am. For example, he's always late, except now, if you're so late, you missed a flight. And
I
we've
can't do
been
that no
there.
more.
So
Been there.
I am always ready and waiting and doing other things because he's not ready. So I've given up.
She's more
have given
detail oriented.
Yes.
And I think that's really what it is. So detailed. Steve Jobs was very meticulous and
I'm working with somebody who's absolutely
no
not.
details. I got the big picture. I got the big picture.
Right.
I got the big picture.
And
how we gonna get there? I'll figure it out as we go.
And I'm always nudging.
I.e., we going on a trip. Let's say we're going on a trip on Saturday. She starts packing stuff in her bag on Monday. I pack Friday night at midnight.
More so than that, for business, okay, here's the goal. All right, here are the 5 things that I think we need to do to reach this goal at this time.
Oh, well, I'll give you another
And
example.
he will be.
I'll give you an example. I got a project I'm coming up with. I got an idea for a new project, new book or something. Let's just do it. And you're saying, it takes 25 steps to put this in.
I've already started working.
She's got the detail. She's gone down and here's the detail.
I have to adjust. When I said to know yourself, you have to adjust yourself. I'd be totally frustrated. Now, if I had understood this 40 years ago, I would have gone through probably less gray hair and stuff to deal with you because to try to explain. This is why I need this information now because that's what keeps me calm.
Okay.
And allows me to do all that I need to do to reach this goal over here. You got the goal, but you don't have the 102 steps to get there.
That's correct. I'm not a detail guy. My wife is a detail person.
Okay, so you got your sanguine, who is the life of the party. Woo! You got your caloric, who is more focused,
meticulous, detail
a leader.
Oriented. Well, I think everybody. I don't like the leader part in that because I got leader because I've been the president of the chapters. I've had to lead, but I'm not detailed. I think it's more meticulous.
I think for you, the leadership, you're motivational. I'm not necessarily motivational. I am like
beat the ant with the hammer. Okay. Next, what's the next one? Go ahead.
The next one is melancholic.
And what's that?
MELANCHOLIC.
And what's melancholic?
More of the
very analytical. One of my buddies is very analytical. Everything has to be thought through. Everything. I mean, and so sometimes with people
more of the thinker.
Vincent Van Gogh, Michael Jackson was said to be a melancholic kind of person. He had to think through every.
Is your friend Zamira? No?
Yeah, he's analytic. He's very melancholic.
Extremely analytical, very knowledgeable in so many different areas to a depth.
Which can be a problem because you're waiting for it to be perfect before you do something. And I'm more, let's do it and make it perfect.
You are a fly by the seat of the pants.
We'll make it perfect as we go. Let's go. All right, what's the fourth one?
And the fourth one is phlegmatic, not an F.
But a PH.
But a PH, LEGMATIC, phlegmatic.
And what does that mean?
Calm, think, a peacemaker. Why can't we just get along?
Dalai Lama.
Calming. Martin Luther King Jr.
Great leader, but calm. Let's resolve this. Let's figure out a way.
They're always looking for common ground.
Right.
So are you one of those? That's something that's just kind of, it's natural.
Now, you those are the dominant. That doesn't mean that you can't have a little bit of
No
this.
one is 100%.
Right. I just want to make sure. So that said, here's why we did this. And then going back to the event we did Saturday morning, where we said a lot of people don't realize that they have a spouse, a partner who has one of those temperaments. That's how they came here. That's how they're hardwired.
But in one of the four, each of us has one of the four dominant.
Dominant. And if you don't realize that and you keep trying to change them, you're frustrated because you were trying to change them. They're frustrated because they keep being pushed by you. It's like being, a guy gave me a quote today. It's like arguing with a pig. The pig don't like it and is frustrated. You're frustrated the pig won't change being in the mud pen, and the pig is annoyed that you keep trying to do it, make them.
But the pig likes the mud.
Yeah. So there's a difference between what is something that is annoying to you. You're annoyed of something your spouse does, and haven't realized that's how they're hardwired.
But here's the interesting
And so
thing too.
I have come to the realization. I'll give case in point. I know my wife is a neat freak. I know she's obsessive about neatness. And so I know that if I'm going to try to make her stop putting my stuff away, I had to put my stuff away so it wouldn't disappear. I had to figure that out. I can say, I like it like that. That ain't going to work. She has to have everything very meticulous, every little thing in its place. I'm the opposite.
Let's go back.
I'm the opposite.
The key is for you to understand who you are. It then makes it easier.
No,
that's what
I disagree. I think it's more important to understand who you are.
Well, it's both. But first,
I don't have to figure out that I'm sloppy. Okay, I have to figure out that you're neat. Okay, I don't maybe see myself as sloppy. I see myself as normal. Okay, you are.
But this has been years in the making of us.
I don't have to see myself. I think it's more important that I understand how you are, so I can realize that me trying to change you to be able to be more like me, to have my office.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, it would not work well.
Our house would be a jacked up mess.
It'd be a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But if dishes would be overflowing.
I would say, okay.
All right. I don't see the dish. I don't see. See, you're making a statement. I got to know me. I don't see dirt. I don't see clutter.
Oh.
I don't even see it. You see? But I
know
that you
saying.
don't like.
Right.
You like the bed made up. You don't like my shoes all over the place. Okay? I know that's normal to me. It's fine with me. I'm good with it.
Okay. I accept
you see what I'm saying?
I accept that.
All right. Thank you.
But for me, I had to deal with, why does this upset me so? I had to do an analysis of myself to be able to deal with you. And it might be some people who say, I get it. I had to deal with me first. It's like, what is it? It's like, you know what? I am okay.
Wow.
But this drives me. So what am I going to do to deal with this chaos?
Wow. Right? Yeah.
So then once I had to deal with me, I don't like this. And this drives me over. It makes me all to pieces. I can't even talk. Once I got to that, then we had, and I can't say, then over time, what? The first year we were married, so everything was a mess.
Yeah, everything was pretty jacked up.
And then it was like, we had to have then we could have a conversation.
Okay.
So I can't say it was this day, but then it was, I understand. This is important to me. How do we get it so that I'm happy and that you're happy? That's then the compromise. But I had to deal with.
Well, we made a compromise.
Wow.
Like case in point, we said it on the seminar. Again, we want to say it one more time. Let me just I haven't said it at all.
What?
Everybody can still get access to the seminar, can they not?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They can still go and get the replay of the seminar.
I don't know if Cheryl's done it yet, though.
Yeah, it's available. But I tell you what, if you want the seminar and you want to access it, just send us an email, ASAP, to info@williejolly.com. And we'll tell you how you can register, pay for it, and access it. Info, INFO, at Willie, WILLIE, Jolley, JOLLEY.com, and say seminar. That's all you got to put in the headline. Seminar.
Okay, so go back.
All right. So here's what I was saying in the seminar. We talked about how when I grew up in a house where my mom was a lovely lady, lovely. But she,
and that's the impact. I have to interrupt. So that's the impact of your life experiences, which also plays a factor in how you're going to communicate with your significant other. So once I met his mother, and once I went to that house, which was like, oh my God, what was that? The most cluttered place I'd ever seen in my life, where somebody actually lived. I'm like, I got this.
you figured it out?
I know. And actually lived in there for over a year. So this is what
You
I'm
cleaned
saying.
it up though. It was a lot cleaner.
Yeah, but I had to.
We were all good with it.
I know.
Me, my brother, and mama were good with it. Dad died when I was like 13.
I know.
But me, mom, and dad, Noble were
so I'm
just
saying
good
to
with it.
people, this is why when you know who you are. So I had to talk to myself. I'm serious. This is so important. So many people are like, oh my God. I had to talk to myself to say, oh, this is what I'm dealing with.
So the bed. Let's talk about the bed. My bed. So when we got married, I didn't make up the bed. I said, I'm going to get back in it tonight. Why make it up? I get out, I go about my life, and come back in the evening, and it's ready for me to jump back in. But my wife...
Does that make sense to you?
Made a lot of sense to me.
We talked about that.
But we talked about it.
Yes,
that was an issue for her. She had an issue with that. And so we were...
How about this?
How about this? And she said, how about this? And I said,
if you do
these
this,
pillows and
then I will do this.
yeah. Now let's
everything
get
is
clear.
Negotiation.
Let's make clear so people if I will clean up the bed and make it pretty with the little pillows, I get sex. Okay, I can do that. Now she didn't say if you don't do it, you won't get sex. No, it wasn't that kind of thing. Sex was not a bargaining tip. It was just conditioning. I did it one day, she hooked me up. I did it another day, she hooked me up again.
It makes me so...
I'm so happy. I want to make sure you're happy. And I said, I will make up that doggone bed every day. Every day I make. For 40 years, 35 years now, I made up that bed every single day. Every day I make up that doggone bed. I put the little pillows up, and I make sure. I say, "You see the bed? You see it all pretty? Are you happy? Happy?
Everything is communication and negotiation.
Yes.
Not an ultimatum.
No,
okay?
And you don't use sex as a tool or weapon. Never. You can condition somebody if they did something you like, then you can condition them, but you don't make it a weapon.
So think about. So he's hardwired. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
And he comes from a cultural environment where everything is a hot mess.
Well, it's just
hot mess.
No.
Excuse me?
Einstein said that a clean desk is a sign of
that's an excuse that you use.
A clean
can't find anything.
A clean desk is a sign of a mixed up mind. Okay, so my mind is not mixed up. Let's see. Make that bed. Yeah, I think Winsome, you got it. I make up that bed. I make that bed up. Yeah, I do. Okay. Look, our time is just about up. Glad you're here. Tell Ron hello. They're in our book.
She's back in the country. She's always somewhere.
They talked about how to go from a me mindset to a we mindset. You got to read this story in the book. Stop. What are you going to say?
I wanted to mention attachment style.
No, we ain't got time to do that now. See, I knew when you did that, we about to go into a deep dive. Our time is up. I got to say to everybody, if you don't have the book, you can't read about Ron and Gladys Pemberton and their great lessons. They're 47 years now. Okay, they have 47 years of happily being married. You want to read their story. You want to read the other stories of people who are happily married, who made it work and how they made it work. So here's what we want to offer. We got an offer for you. We got a special thing we did only this week at the event. And if you want it, it's tremendous. You get the bundle, all the 2 books, 2 workbooks, audio book, and a CD seminar series. That's $149 by itself. Then you get the relationship repair series, which is the 5 sessions on communication, finances, sex, family life, and blended families.
That's video.
That's all video based. It's a training program, and 5 or 6 modules. Because we throw in a free module. That's $199. And so many of you have asked, "Oh my goodness, can we get some time with you for marriage counseling?" Well, we're not doing marriage counseling per se. We're doing marriage mentoring. We decided that you've asked enough. We've always said no. Okay, we're going to do it now. So it's $250 for a 30-minute session with the two of us online Zoom, where we will talk to you and your significant other, or just you by yourself if you want to just talk to us. So all of that comes to I think it's $568 or whatever the price is. It's over $500, but we have a special deal. It's $349. $349 for the half hour with us, the bundle of all of the products, the books, and so forth, and the relationship repair series, all for $349. So that's a great deal, almost half price. So go to where did I don't know where she put it. So again, that's another one. info@williejolly.com.
Jolleymarriage.com/
Jolleymarriage.com. Oh, I know where it is. Jolleymarriage.com/Valentine. Jolleymarriage.com/Valentine. If the bundle and stuff is not there, then just send us the email at info@williejolly.com. Say, I want everything. I want to do this. It's a lot cheaper than a divorce court, and it's a lot cheaper than a long-term marriage counseling session series.
I think you want to be around other people who you can learn from.
Yeah.
You glean from each other.
All right, so jolleymarriage.com/Valentine. Jolleymarriage.com/Valentine to get the seminar we did on Saturday. And if you want the bundle, though, I just shared about info@williejolly.com. Say, I want the package, okay? And we'll make it happen. Boom. Okay, you're so cute. Let's see. So many people said, great show tonight. Thank you, Desiree. Many people joined on Instagram. We were trying to get the other IG, but it keeps not working. I got to figure out why. But we got Jolley Marriage. Remember, you can share this with your friends and family members. Tell them to go to the Jolley Marriage Show on YouTube. Watch it. And we're going to be getting sponsors. We're bringing in sponsors because we want to make sure that we can reach even more people and influence more people. All right, that's it for the night.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Hope you had a good.
That was beneficial.
And this is a special.
Temperament is so the one thing, as I was reviewing that, we have a friend whose grandson, who is 3 years old, doesn't look like his parents at all. Looks like his grandmother.
Yeah, it jumped a whole generation. Look just like his grandmother. Look just like his grandmother. The color, everything.
Yes.
It's amazing. Special day today. Not only is it President's Day, it's Les Brown's 80th birthday today. And I talked to him this morning. So send lots of love and prayers to Les Brown and his twin brother Wes as they celebrate their 80th birthday today.
Also, this is still Black History Month.
Yes, we didn't get you. Maybe we'll do something next week on that.
Black History Month. Major author Isabel Wilkerson and Gladys and I had the privilege of teaching her
at Roosevelt
Senior High School in Washington, D.C. And her book, Warmth of Other Suns and Caste, 2 best-selling
New York Times bestsellers.
New York Times best-selling books are cycling through again as a result of everything that's going on right now in our country.
Yeah.
The history, nothing new, but her well-documented research, because I saw that online. So it's coming back again as a bestseller.
Oh, by the way, I specifically wore my High Point University t-shirt tonight because High Point, I'm an artist of residence at High Point under the leadership of the president, my friend Dr. Nido Cobain, and I'm joining people like Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, Mark Randolph, co-founder of Netflix, and John Maxwell, and other luminaries. I'm one of the artists of residence at High Point. So if you ever get a chance, you got a student who's going to college, at least visit High Point University.
Lastly, this is Heart Health Month.
Adi, we got to go. We'll do it next week. All right. Thank y'all. We got to go because Dee will go into a new jump. She'll jumping into a new deep dive. Here we go. See y'all next week. Have a great day.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.